Hi, my name is Emily with the Happy Ginger Company, and this is the start of a series of tutorial videos teaching you how to customize your ShowIt template. So when you originally signed up for a ShowIt account, you probably went to showit.com and you signed up through there. Maybe you even picked a template, a free template just as a starter in that process. So what I find is easiest is you can go back to showit.com and click edit your template and it will take you to your back end. Or you can kind of cut out that middle part and go directly to the back end of your template by going to app.showit.com and logging in that way. That's going to take you to this library that you see here. And another quick thing before we really dig in, editing a ShowIt template is so much easier and really intended to be done on Google Chrome as your web browser. So if you don't have Google Chrome, it's free. You can download it. I highly recommend it. It's just going to make your life easier editing your ShowIt template. So that's just a little caveat right there off the top. So once you log into app.showit.com, you're going to be taken to the back end of your library. This is what my library looks like. Obviously, it has a lot of websites since I'm a website designer. But you want to go to the back and you'll see that each one is named. And that's one of the first things we're going to do is rename your website. But first, you need to input your share key that you got. If you purchased a template from me, you will have gotten a PDF that has a share key as well as links to tutorials like this and some other freebies that you get with your purchase. So open up that PDF and you're going to copy that share key, and then you'll go to create a new design and then add a design to your library. And this is where you will paste that share key. Sometimes on PDFs, extra characters just kind of get added in the text. You're not going to see it, but it's there. So if you have a hard time, if for some reason copying and pasting is not working, then just manually enter that code and it should work just fine. So once you have that code entered, you're going to click add design. And then when you go back to your library, you will find it cropped up in here and you can click on it. Today we're going to work on this one. So when all you have to do is click open, and that will take you to your template. And this is what we are going to start editing from. So take a deep breath. We're going to just dive right in. The first thing I really like to do is go over to site on the left-hand side and start with our site settings. It just makes sense in my brain to organizationally work from top to bottom, left to right. So we're going to start with site settings, and you're going to click on that. And the first thing you're going to find is this is the site name of your website. This is the first thing I like to change because this is what people see. Like if you look up at the top of your tabs, if you're in ShowIt right now, you'll see the little ShowIt favicon image and then the name ShowIt. So this is where we want your business name to show up. So all you need to do is retype business name. And then I like to add it, if you have a very brief tagline, throw your tagline in there, especially if your tagline says very clearly what you do, like romantic suspense author or luxury interior designer. Throw that in. It's going to help Google and also people to just find you. So the next thing you can do is add your favicon image. Again, a favicon, if you look up in the tabs in your browser, it's that little image. It's usually a circle or something similar on the left-hand side of your tab. So you can add that yourself. You'll need to have already added an image in your media library, which we're about to go over. So if you want to do that and then come back to this, that's great. But you'll simply choose it and then pick an image you want to add. This is the one that's on my website. And you can add it right there. And then it's going to show that image and then your page title or your site name. Site language. If you are specifically working in a certain language, you can add this here. I leave this blank, so I highly recommend leaving it blank. Custom domain. This is where you're going to come back to when you are ready to launch, when you are ready to take the domain you've purchased and link your website to it. And you will just click on that pencil and start that process. But we're not doing that today. That's why I say we start here, and this is where you come all the way back to at the end. So when your website is ready, you'll come back here, click that, and it will walk you through the steps. Vanity URL slug. This is just what ShowIt is using while you're working on the website so that you can preview it. You are welcome to change this by clicking on here. It really won't matter. But if you just want to change it for your personal use, that's totally fine. Also, you'll notice that as soon as you change something, you really want to make sure you press this will change to save. You really want to make sure you save it because that favicon we added earlier, we didn't save it. So as I clicked on something else, it went away. So as you change things in here, just constantly save. Then if we go next to blog, again, this is something you're going to do later. If you are moving from one ShowIt website to another and you had a blog at your first website, you'll connect your blog when it's time to launch. It will show up here and you will just connect it. But if this is a new website for you and you're adding a blog, you won't do anything here when you launch your website. ShowIt's amazing staff will walk you through adding a blog, and honestly, they do all the heavy lifting. It's phenomenal. So then going down to the next tab is social. I love this. You'll see as we go on why this is great. Add all of your social links here. Add them all. Whatever you have, add them here. It's going to make life so much easier later when you want to add a link that will take someone immediately to your Instagram or something. We can just click a special button. So add all of these here and then make sure you press save, which will show up down here. And then integrations. This is getting a little techier, and I know a lot of my clients get really stressed by this. So this is going to be something where like Google Analytics, I really want you to have. No matter who you are, I want you to have it. You can go to analytics.google.com, very easily walk through their setup. It's free, and it will track your website traffic, which is always important data. And then you'll just get your measurement ID. It'll start with a G dash, copy it and paste it here. Then as you go on, you may want a Google Tag Manager. You may be doing ads on Instagram or Facebook and want to add a meta pixel. Badao is a newsletter service, and you can also connect that here. So for me, if you get Google Analytics done and that's all you have when you launch, I think you're doing great. You can add all that stuff later if it is pertinent to your business. So once we're done with everything, we're going to save it and we're going to close it. Okay, deep breath. That was the first big part. The next thing we're going to jump into, again, I love an organizational mind. We're going to go directly down to design settings. This one's important to do at the beginning as well, because you are going to want this handled so that you're looking at your brand as you do things. So the first thing in design settings is your color palette. Each template that I've made has a color palette. You are welcome to use it. Me, a designer, made it, so it's a good color palette, but it may not fit your brand, and that is totally okay. So what you'll want to do is come in here, and usually if you've had a brand design done for your brand, you will have hex codes, which usually start with a pound sign, and then are a combination of 6 numbers and letters. Just come in and copy and paste your hex codes here. And that is pretty easy. Just go through each picture, copy and paste your hex code down in this little corner. And then I recommend, though, if you notice it goes dark to light, left to right, when you put in your brand colors, follow that same pattern. Put your darkest color all the way to the left and your lightest color to the right. Otherwise, you're going to end up with like a black background with white text. So if you follow this, it's going to be pretty consistent and pretty easy for your brand to show up in this template. The next thing we're going to do, we've done our color palette. I want you to go up to this tab button to fonts. The font that you've purchased already comes with fonts included in it. I use only free Google fonts, so you are welcome to use these. If you have brand fonts, whether they are Google or paid fonts, you are so welcome to upload those and change those to your brand. For a paid font, you will upload a .woff file. You'll know you've paid for it. It will be in your downloads. Otherwise, if your brand uses a Google font, all Google fonts are accessible very easily through ShowIt. You can click right here. You can go alphabetical. I like to just type it in. Usually you know it. So let's see, Railway is a popular one. You click it, choose which versions you want. Oh, thin. I want italic, whatever you're feeling. And then make sure, as always, a save button will appear. Press save. Oftentimes when you press save, you have to go and reopen it. No worries. Okay, so that's fonts. Once you've got all of your fonts added, you also have the option to add a button. Each of the websites that I make may come with a button. Some do not, because this was a feature added later. So if you want to make a button that you can then add easily, you have that option here. I don't really think you super need to do it because I've added them everywhere. But if you do want to add a new button style, that is right there. Okay, we're going to go back to site style. Excuse me. Yeah, site style. Okay, we're going to go back to site style. And then this is the important part. We're going to decide what text gets used where. And we're going to decide what's going to happen on mobile on this left side versus desktop on this right side. So one of the things that I start with is always the title. You'll notice the line right here letting us know what it is. You can add the color. Let's say we want it to actually be green. And we picked the font we want. We want it to be ultra normal there. And on the size, you can see it's got the mobile button. Oh, I want it actually to be a little bit smaller. It's very simple. You can click. Line height is the space between two lines of text. And you can make that bigger or smaller. And now if you notice, you can click on the desktop and we're working over here. Now when I make that bigger, it's that one. I really love splitting your font size and your line height by desktop and mobile. If you want to split something else as well, another popular one is maybe like alignment. Do you want it to align left or right or center? I usually split that. If something is not split, you just go to the 3 dots that will come up next to it when you hover, just like in bottom margin, and you can merge, which means make them do the same thing. Or like for font, we could split desktop and mobile. So then you could have a different font on your desktop than you do on your mobile. So that's kind of how that system works. Once you choose everything you want, and I want that to go back to black, and you've done it for each of your fonts, a heading, a title, and then a heading, a subheading, and a paragraph. Once you've done that for all your fonts, we're going to, again, click save. Great. We're killing it. We've done the hardest parts as far as adding your brand. The next thing you want to do is add photos. ShowIt is incredible. They have added a system now where you can literally take a photo off of the side of your website, drag it over. Like if you have it on your desktop background, you could drag it over and drop it. That is great. I am way too obsessively organized for that. So my preference is always to upload directly through the media library. You will notice I have many, many, many things. I also have many websites, which is why I have so many folders. You probably will not need this many folders. But instead of just dropping everything in this uploads folder, which I really leave for fonts, I try to organize all of my photos by a folder. So to add a folder, just scroll down to the bottom, add new folder. We can call it new brand photos, whatever you want to call it. And then add it. And then you can upload files. I am a big fan of this. This is one of my biggest recommendations for clients. Make a file on your desktop. Gather all of your photos before you even start customizing your website. Make sure they're small photos, like resolution size. They preferably should be under 500 KB. Make sure you've titled them well. I have it's part of my whole SEO checklist. If you purchase a template from me, you got that. It will walk you through this. But organize your photos and then upload them before you even start designing. It will make your customizing go so much faster and you will just feel so much more clear-headed. So once you've uploaded all those files, you can close it and you're done. That was the first part. It was a big, heavy lift, but now we can dig into the meat of designing in our next video.